probably the #1 honor that I've been asked to do. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Smiley and family, in honor of this dedication, the Madill Board of Education, administration, faculty, staff, students, former athletes, we would like to decree that the football stadium in Madill will now be known as Blake Smiley Stadium. We love her and we're glad that she's here. Coach is also joined tonight by his son Eric, a graduate of 1981 from Madill High School, and his wife Heather, son Nathaniel and daughter Tapley. Did I say that right? What, did you guys already wave standing behind me? His other better half, Stephanie, his daughter, Stephanie Smiley Ergel. She graduated class of 1982, and she's joined by her husband, John Ergel. Did you guys wave already? All right, also on the field with us is Jane Smiley Cade from the class of 1948, and her grandson, Josh Cade. Also joining us is Ramona Smiley Spears from the class of 1953. She's here with her husband, Ed Spears, and son and daughter-in-law, Tim and Sarah Gustafson. Also joining him is his brother, Pat Smiley, from the class of 1960, and his wife, Judy. Are they here? All right. Swilly Smiley Marlett from the class of 1961, and her daughter, Stacy Christian. And then Mike Smiley from the class of 1962, and his wife, Cheryl. And obviously out on the field, we're surrounded by a host of former players, coaches, administrators, and everybody that just truly loves this man. And I'm standing real close to you, and I know you don't like people talking about you, but I'm going to say some good things about you. Is that okay? And it will kind of put into context the reason that we're doing what we're doing tonight. Coach Smiley was Madill football coach, head football coach from 1973 to 1993. He garnered 125 wins, 8 district championships. He coached 6 All-Staters. He coached in the 1984 Oklahoma All-State game. He was inducted into the Oklahoma Coaches Association Hall of Fame in 1994. He started out as an assistant in Marietta. He won 2 state titles before coming to Madill. He was also named the Regional Coach of the Year in track by the Oklahoma Coaches Association. And he also served the Oklahoma Coaches Association Board of Control as one of their board members. Got a lot of notes. So, if you would, we would like to direct your attention to the press box. In honor of this dedication, the Madill Board of Education, administration, faculty, staff, students, former athletes, we would like to decree that the football stadium in Madill will now be known as Blake Smiley Stadium.
We would like to thank the Madill School Board, Superintendent John Tuck, Athletic Director Bink Stafford, former athlete and coach Mike Moncrief for the time and effort he's put in this also. I had the privilege to coach with outstanding coaches while I was here at Madill. These are Ralph Gibbs, Levon Hicks, Larry Roberts, Bill Weldon, Dan Pettigrew, Calvin Clue, Al Hoppers, Jim Ward, Ed Shakely, and I'll probably miss someone, but those right there were great coaches that helped Madill to be competitive in not only football but other sports. I would like to thank the former athletes, classmates, and friends for being here and having this wonderful reception. If you weren't over there, you missed it. I'm telling you, that was something else. I would like to thank my brothers and sisters and their families for being here. I would like to thank my beautiful wife, I said I wasn't going to do that. Thank Linda for traveling all over Oklahoma and North Texas to football games and track meets. A big thanks to our son Eric, his wife Heather, grandchildren Nathaniel and Tapley, and a big thanks to our daughter Stephanie and her husband John for being here. I'm going to look at you just like I would the football team before we went on the field. This is going to be and is a great night to be a Wildcat. Go Wildcats!
I want to take another poll real quick before we move on, and this includes everybody standing on the field. If you've ever been called Sally Jane or Knothead by this man right here, raise your hand or stand up. Yeah, Bink's got to raise both in his toes and his foots too. I want to tell one more quick story before we move on. We got some plaques and stuff to present. But I hope this kind of puts into perspective this man right here. When I was in the 5th grade, 40-something years ago, we used to have competitive football in the 5th grade and 6th grade in elementary school back then. And I remember the very first day that we went into the gym there at the old elementary school, and we got our pads and we were so excited and we were ready to play. Coach Al Hoppers and Jimmy Ward were our coaches. And they told us all to sit down on the gym floor, that we had a special guest coming to talk to us. And in walked the head football coach of the Madill Wildcat High School team, Blake Smiley. And I'm telling you, my heart just sank because I was so nervous. This is the head coach of the Madill Wildcats coming in to talk to us. And I remember it like it was yesterday. All he said was, what you do today and tomorrow and in the years to come is going to prepare you to play on the varsity team. And I want you to do everything that you've got to do to make your way up into the varsity team. And he was so encouraging. And that is so typical of this man. And all the way from the 5th grade till I graduated in the 12th grade, he was the most encouraging person that I've ever known. Now, I can tell you, when there was a timeout and that head got cocked sideways and he was walking out there, somebody was about to be in trouble. And most of the time he was looking up like this, but I guarantee you there wasn't nothing but a yes sir and no sir in the huddle after it was all said and done. And it's funny that I could tell that story 40 years later, because when we were in the armory a while ago in the cage and he walked in the door, my heart just sank. I still get that respect and everything else. I love this guy. He's a mentor. He's a great guy, and there's no other person that could deserve this honor than Blake Smiley. Congratulations, Coach. All right, now we're going to make a couple of presentations. Madill Athletic Director Bink Stafford and Superintendent John Tuck. Alumni Field at Blake Smiley Stadium, dedicated September the 11th, 2015, in honor of the legendary head coach of the Madill Wildcats and Madill Public Schools. Congratulations, Coach. Now presenting the official decree signed, sealed, and delivered by the Madill Public Schools is Superintendent of Schools John Tuck. And it says exactly what I read in the dedication. In honor of this dedication to students of Madill Public Schools on this day, September the 11th, 2015, the Madill Board of Education does hereby decree that the football stadium be named in honor of Coach Blake Smiley and be known as Blake Smiley Stadium. And it's signed by all the members of the Madill Board of Education, including Superintendent John Tuck. Now we have a couple of other presentations. Coaches' wives are the first to get into heaven, and the coaches are the reason. So a gift for Mrs. Smiley and a gift for Coach Smiley. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you once again legendary head coach Blake Smiley in Blake Smiley Stadium.
Ready? Yeah.